Alrighty. Are we all in? Can you all hear me? Okay, that's good. Awesome. Well, hello everyone. I thought I would start this off with a little bit of a self-review for the previous year. It's a little bit pessimistic, but we'll work our way through it, and there'll be some good things that we can say about them at the end of the day. So yeah, let's get this started. So to kick things off, I know that my last year, 2024, hasn't been very productive. You'll be able to see from the number of videos that I've uploaded to this channel. I haven't done a great deal this year in terms of making content for this channel and sharing stuff out there as well. I can only apologise for the people that are still subscribed for some reason. This year's been quite a big year for me. I'm still only about a year and a half into this new job, so there's no pressure, but there's quite a lot of pressure on getting some results from me. And it's just been very, very tricky to get that going at the moment, but also because I've moved into this new house. As you can see, we're currently in my study slash office space, the photography and music room, as I like to call it. So yes, I've had that going on, and that's just taken up a hell of a lot of time, unfortunately. And to get everything sorted and to get everything going and set up, it's just left me feeling quite a little bit uninspired, which is a shame, but I'm going to do something about that in the new year, but more on that later. I also wanted to go through some of the yearly pickups of photography related stuff, some of which I have sort of spoiled a little bit in a previous video, but I thought I'd talk about them in a little bit more detail. So the very, very first thing that I picked up, and to a certain degree it's a 2023 pickup, but I bought it for 2024 because I bought it around about this time in 2023, and that is the Ricoh GRiii. This camera has done a hell of a lot for me this year. I think if it wasn't for this camera, I probably wouldn't have taken any images at all. I have a kind of weird relationship with the 28mm focal length. I've never liked it for the longest time, but this camera has fully converted me to that. I've always been 35 is the widest that you ever need to go. Anything wider than that, you're just being silly. Which of course that's satire, for those that don't understand my weird sense of humour. Yeah, so I was in the shop, I had the choice of this and the GR3X. It's worth noting that this is the standard version, the one with the ND filter in it, as opposed to the HDF filter. I had both of them in the hand. They both feel more or less the same. Like I say, 35 is sort of my go-to, 35-50, traditionally what I've always gone to. And for some reason, I chose the 28. And to be honest with you, I think it's been the best decision that I could have made. It's been an excellent everyday carry camera with me. In fact, I did start a project that was a photo a day project with this camera. It didn't really succeed. I got to the very end of March, again, that's when I moved into this place. But since then, I have basically carried this with me and taken a few photos every single week, just because it is so small, tiny, compact and easy to use. So yeah, if it wasn't for this camera, I probably wouldn't have taken any images for myself this past year. Absolutely fantastic, and I love it. It's also worth mentioning as well that this camera has sort of made me discover a photographic style that I probably wasn't that into beforehand. I now call this my slightly longer than normal exposure camera. So the majority of the images that I have taken with this have been from around about a 1/4 of a second through to a 30th. But I actually have one of the user profiles set up to be an 1/8 of a second. The ND filter is great for that reason. It means that you can shoot during the day and get a slightly longer exposure, and it just adds something different to the image, a certain je ne sais quoi, as they say in more established photography YouTube channels. So yeah, absolutely fantastic camera. I love it. And like I say, I've created a series of slightly longer than usual exposures with this camera, and they're all great. I love them. So the next thing that I picked up was this. This is the 90mm Elmarit. Again, I've talked a little bit about this in the M mount video. Fantastic lens. This year has been a year of 28 and 90. My 35s, my 50s have barely been touched, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like I said in the other video, I picked this up because I used to own the Tele Elmarit. So the old, thinner, more sort of triangular cone-shaped lens. And I just wanted some slightly newer optics. So I believe this is from 1996, I'm going to say. They don't make this lens anymore. You can get it 6-bit coded, in fact. Mine isn't, but maybe I will do at some point. Or I might do a homemade job. I don't really want to spend 300 quid or whatever it is to send it to Leica to get it done. Yeah, I think it might be a homemade bodge, but we'll see how it goes. Absolutely love this lens. I haven't found an exact use case for it as of yet, but in the new year I'm hoping with some stuff that I'm planning to do that I might use it a little bit more and sort of put it through its paces a little bit. But no, fantastic lens, and that was the second pickup of the year. The third pickup of the year I can't show you because you're currently using it to film me, and it is the Thypoch Simera 28mm 1.4 for M mount, of course. It's fantastic. Again, because I got on with the GR so much, I thought let's try it and we'll see how we go, sort of thing. I don't want to spend loads of money, but it has a look to it that I really like. So admittedly I did look at the Zeiss 28mm, obviously there's the Leica 28mm and the Voigtlander 28mm f2, but I ultimately decided on this purely because of the rendering and the look that it gives. With the Ricoh, you've got options to either make it clinically sharp across the frame, or you can have a little bit of vignette and a little bit of barrel distortion. So you've got sort of best of both worlds. If you want to do something more artistic, then you can go with the heavy vignette. If you want to do something more scientific or landscapey, I guess, then you can go for the more corrected looking image. And I feel that the Thypoch is somewhere in the middle of these two. So obviously wide open like you are now at 1.4, you'll see vignettes in the corners. Ooh. In fact, they're probably shaded a funny colour because Canons don't play well with anything wider than, well, anything wider than a sort of 40 or 50mm when adapting onto the EOS R system. I think I might have to put in for a Panasonic S9 or something like that in the future. But it's a fantastic lens. I love the 3D pop. It's got sort of vintage-esque characteristics, but it still renders in a modern way. So I think that you could use it both for more artistic stuff as well as professional work, quite honestly. I had quite a lot of fun with it. It's basically lived on my M10 all year, only to be swapped out for the 90mm. And again, I'm sure that you will be seeing some images that I've taken with the lens over the course of the past year. And the very last lens related thing that I purchased this year is this. This is I believe it's a Rockstar 10mm f8, and it's a pancake lens. It's absolutely dinky. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, minute. Sits very, very flush with the body of the camera. It's a bit of fun. That's the reason why I bought it. It's not a serious lens, and in fact it's designed for APS-C as far as I'm aware. So you don't get the full coverage on the sensor. You get like the fisheye cutout, which is quite a cool effect. I haven't used it that much so far. Admittedly, I've run into a quirk already, which is that you can't hold the camera normally with your fingers on the front of the camera, woohoo, like that, because it actually captures your fingers in the shot. So that's about 1/8 of the image taken up with your fingers. So you have to take everything like a dad cam, ooh, tourist, to make sure that you don't get your fingers in. Like I say, I haven't used it that much, but who knows, in the new year it might be something just to have a bit of fun with, play around with, see how we get on with it. So yeah, jolly good. Dinky. And then the final hardware related thing that I purchased, it's only just come out really, it is the Keks KF01. Dinky little flash made out of metal. Nice, solid. They say that it's based off of the Contax flash that I can't remember the name of now, and it's semi-inspired by that. If you have a look at the design on the back of the flash unit itself, where the guide number is, or the guides for getting a decent exposure is, I can sort of see that, but it's not overly Contaxy, I don't think, which is quite nice. It's like its own sort of design. I've only just got it, so I can't really say anything too in-depth about it as of yet. And I also bought a brand new curly cable to go with it, so I can do some off-camera flash stuff. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'd quite like to compare it to my Fuji EF X20, I'm going to say it is. For me, that was my go-to flash for a little while because it was so dinky and small. This has a lesser guide number, but the Fuji actually takes quite a little while to recharge because these are only AA's in both of these. But I thought it would be a cool little comparison to do side by side. I just kind of wish that, like, the Fuji one is yay big sort of thing and dinky. This one's taller. This is based off one Contax. This looks like the other, but I wish that there was a flash gun that was somewhere in between the two of them. I think it's the TL20 or the TL10. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that is, from a design point, I don't know, I just absolutely love that, especially in the champagne. Ooh, I do like a champagne camera. But yeah, no, we'll see how we get on with this in the new year. I might make a video on it. I'm not really a flash guy, so yeah, I just bought it just because it looks nice and it's a bit of fun, so hey. And then very, very finally, I bought a new bag. So this is the Clever Supply Co. pouch, I'm gonna say. I've got the sling, which is back down there somewhere. I absolutely love it. It's been my sort of go-to camera bag for a little while. It's far better than the Peak Design sling bags. Yeah, just so much better. That, for a little while, the Peak Design was my sort of go-to, but since picking up the Clever Supply Co, I don't think I can ever go back. It seems to fix everything that I had an issue with, and it just feels nicer to use. It's much easier to use, and I'm hoping that this will replace the little Uniqlo bag that I've got for, say, taking around a Ricoh GRiii, a spare battery, a battery for my phone, just like day trip stuff. So we'll see how we get on with that. Again, I got this and the Keks on the same day, so literally a day before Christmas or so, a day or two before Christmas. So I haven't actually put it through its paces yet, but we'll see how we get on with that in the future. So now that we've done the what have I spent my money on and kept the economy going, I think it's time to talk about what I want to do with 2025. So as I've said, 2024 was very much a slow, nothing really getting done other than normal living stuff. I want 2025 to be the year of projects. After almost a decade and a half of camera sales, that's my job, that's what I have done for the past sort of 13, 14 years or so, I've finally come to the conclusion of going, I don't really care about hardware at all. I just want to go and do and make and create. That's the reason why I went to college. That's the reason why I did photography at school. That's why I did CGI and digital effects at university. I just want to make things at the end of the day. I don't care about how many megapixels X has got or the pixel pitch of your mum. It's just boring. Like, if you're not using the cameras and all you do is talk about the specs on paper, going, oh, this has got 30 frames a second at 50 megapixels and that's got, say, 40 frames a second at 24. I don't care. I do not care anymore. I'm done. The only thing that you should measure yourself on is not the gear that you can afford. It's what you do with the gear and what you produce at the end of the day. That's my new thinking for the year. So yeah, this year is going to be all about projects. First and foremost, this YouTube channel. I want to start doing stuff on here again. Back in the day, I had quite a bit of success doing sort of gear videos for different film cameras, RV67, OM4, Helios lenses, Instar lenses, stuff like that. I don't think that I'm going to do that style again per se, because it's just oversaturated now. Everybody and their dog has a YouTube channel talking about a Canonet or a Leica M6 or the Nikon F3 or whatever you like, sort of thing. And plus the fact that I've kind of let it be known that I'm slowly leaving film behind. I will still be shooting it. I still have my film cameras, but it's not my medium of choice anymore. It's going to be digital all the way, just because it allows me to do more, essentially, at the end of the day. So this YouTube channel is number one. I also have a couple of photo projects that I'd quite like to do. So obviously there's the Projector Objective series, so Lost in Lisbon, Lost in Scandinavia, Lost in Barcelona. They're the three zines that I've sort of got ready to go. Lost in Lisbon's already out. You can purchase it from the link down below. So there's that sort of photo project type thing. Smaller, more concise, easy to put out sort of thing. But I've got two that I would really like to work on. One has the working title Living Under the Lighthouse that I've been sat on for about 2 years. I've got proof of concept images, but I don't actually have a full project, if you know what I mean. And the second one, I've just working title is Project Sprat, and I haven't even started anything on that at all as of yet. So that'll be something to start definitely in the new year. It won't be now, because it's December 29th at the time of recording this, and I've got other things to do, unfortunately, before January. So yeah, it will be the new year when I start these projects up. Living Under the Lighthouse, I think I could probably do it as a more short-term thing, but Project Sprat I want to do as a multi-year type project, and there'll be like little things to see here and there along the way. Maybe I'd turn it into a YouTube video, I don't know, shooting on location type stuff. We'll have to see how it goes. Well, that's something else to mention as well. I'm not going to buy anything new this year. The lie that photographers teach themselves, or tell themselves every year, I'm not going to buy any new equipment this year. Unless, and this is my out, unless it is to do with, say, one of the projects. So say, for example, if I need another battery for my strobe, or I need a new flash gun because the Keks explodes or something like that, I drop a lens, I need insurance on XYZ sort of thing. That will be the only time that I do buy something new on that front. I suppose you could also argue maybe a new camera for this this YouTube channel, so we'll see what happens. So yes, that is my general plan for the year of 2025. If there's anything specifically that you'd like to see from this YouTube channel, please let me know in the comments down below. Give the video a like, give it a subscribe, all that fun stuff, all that jazz. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit optimistic about 2025, and I hope that you are as well. Let's make it the year of doing things. I'd love to know what projects that you have in mind, what things that you would like to achieve in 2025 from a photographic standpoint. You can tell me stuff from your personal life. That's fine. But let's try and keep it photography related. That's what this channel's all about. But yeah, with that said, I think we're all good to close this meeting. So if anybody's got any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments down below. And until then, I shall see you in the new year. All right, everybody. See you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.